players have contracts that are about to expire.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of my Madden 2017 franchise. It is week number 16, and we are going to be going against the Green Bay Packers on Christmas Eve. Green Bay, for all intents and purposes, has been almost officially eliminated from playoff contention. Right now, we're just playing for some home field advantage throughout the playoffs, which we most likely should get. If we do so, I will most likely rest all of my starters week 17 just to avoid any big injuries. Peterson has been having a great year, and I think we'll be able to ride him hopefully to a Super Bowl, at least deep into the playoffs, and I don't want him to get hurt. Also, it would be nice to keep Sam Bradford healthy as the alternative of Sean Hill. Probably isn't going to be the greatest option that we have, so I want to make sure that we keep Sam Bradford healthy. I will go ahead and I will get this game rolling, and I will see you all at the end of the game.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. This week's matchup features two teams who come into today's game with two game-winning streaks. It's the Vikings going up against the Packers. So, with the call of this week's 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL, there's a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
Peterson alone in the backfield. And they'll give it to him here. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. They run again with Peterson. Stiff-armed him. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop a shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
Yeah, he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III. Offensive mistake pushes him back. Now it's 2nd and a little bit longer. McKinnon. And he's got room. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Here again is McKinnon. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And this is caught at the 8. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And this is caught by the rookie Treadwell. Touchdown, Minnesota. Laquan Treadwell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
So pinpoint, so accurate. Sometimes we forget just how good he is. We start to take him for granted because he always places the ball exactly where it needs to be for his receivers.
And a first carry here for John Crockett. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. And a wide receiver to watch in this offense, certainly Jordy Nelson.
And most defenses watch him run past them. Jordy Nelson can run every route in the route tree and take it to the house.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a play fake. Rodgers. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 47 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On second down, Peterson. Adrian Peterson off to the races. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Adrian Peterson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Surveying the field and unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
So on 4th down, here's the veteran Steve Weatherford to punt it away. And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. And now out comes Minnesota. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Again, Peterson. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. A lot of time. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Peterson alone in the backfield. He'll get it running right. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adrian Peterson with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And a neutral zone infraction on the defense.
The defense thought they had the timing count on the quarterback's cadence, but they jumped too soon.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So here we go, a third down after the second down pass completion. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. It's caught. Nelson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we did that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Again on the ground, again Crockett. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. And that was a defensive setup they'd prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation. When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Rodgers to throw on second down. This will be caught at about the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They come out here in the eye. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Floating one, incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Second down following the incompletion. Rodgers again now. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. This could very well be 4-down territory, but right now we focus on third and goal from the 1. Third and goal now, so some urgency here for the offense. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
To me, this isn't even a question. I think that they'll go. When they have a chance to put a dent in the lead, even with a whole second half to play, I think they have to do it. This isn't a risk. This is a necessity.
So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And Crosby puts it through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football.
And now out comes Minnesota. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews, in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now a second down throw for Bradford. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Packers looked great last week, but haven't been as steady today. The Vikings have done a good job upsetting their rhythm, and that shows on the scoreboard. All right, let's get it going. Here's the first half highlights. Vikings line up at the 8. Treadwell's got the catch along the sidelines, and he finds his mark for the score. That puts them up by a touchdown. 1st and 10. Rodgers got it off the left side here, and a quick 3-play drive ends with a score. Packers tied up at 7. Vikings on 2nd and 7. Peterson gets into the clear, and this 2-play drive goes for a touchdown. Vikings up by a touchdown. Now 1st and 10, Peterson's going to stay between the tackles, and he scoots into the end zone for a second TD. That puts them up by 2 touchdowns. 3rd and long, Rodgers got the completion out of the gun. And that connection.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. Spinning past him. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it 4th down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. Oh, little 360.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Peterson alone in the backfield. He'll get the football here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They run Peterson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. 319. 319.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Offense needs 11, have to think pass here on 3rd down.
319. 319.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And there's a flag on the field.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference on the defense. Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups. And defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
A fresh set of downs, and they're at the 1. 1st and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
319.
This is Crockett. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, two-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Rodgers now. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. We focus our attention on the Green Bay defense as they head out. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew, so they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out, gave a little momentum to their offense. They said, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. The play clock's running down. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Clinton Dix there for the stop.
But it was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
A play fake. Bradford. It's caught. Michael Pruitt. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Another tote for the workhorse here this afternoon, Peterson. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the 3rd quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total. 2nd down following the run. Peterson alone in the backfield. Now Bradford on 2nd down. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Bradford on 3rd and 2. And finding Pruitt. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Back to the ground, Peterson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
They'll run for it with Peterson. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Walsh now for the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Working from the gun. Rodgers finding time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Linval Joseph breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's got time in the pocket, and Rodgers has it over on the right side. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. Actually,
and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Sharif Floyd busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point try now for Walsh. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And so we have the touchdown now. Here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Marching back out there, ready for the next possession. Here comes the Vikings defense. And they had a great 4th down stop last time that set their offense up. Great offense able to score. So offense probably over there saying, hey, do that again.
Exactly what they're saying. That's working together. That's being in tandem right there. Stop them on defense. Offense gets great field position, rolls in and puts points on the board. I think you're exactly right. Can you do it for us one more time? We'll take it.
They'll try and do it again.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. Backing up. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And now out comes Minnesota. They take over with great field position. They've got the big lead. Most would say they should kneel it, but the key word there is should. You never know here.
You never know. That's the exact play that should happen. But some people like stats. You know, some people like to put more things up on the board, but kneel down is usually the right play here.
We'll see what they do in this situation. Peterson alone in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Third down, it's Adrian Peterson. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
3 down. Here we go now. Blue 45.
First and goal here from the 9. They'll run with Peterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
They run it with McKinnon. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well.
And And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. If you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough they couldn't handle it. They worked out for 6. And this is one of those, Charles, as broadcasters, we dread a little bit. We had to go deep into the stat sheets and notebooks to find stuff to talk about.
I hope you didn't notice.
Well, there you have it, folks. The Minnesota Vikings defeat the Green Bay Packers 45-17. Merry Christmas to Green Bay. Couldn't happen to a better team. Go take a look at the player stats really quick. Sam Bradford had a almost perfect passer rating, 158.3. 9 attempts, 8 completions, 116 yards, 88% completion percentage, and 2 touchdowns. Really, the story again was Adrian Peterson, 204 yards with an 8.1 per carry average with 4 touchdowns. Amazing. Pruitt, 4 for 59 and a touchdown. Diggs, 2 for 30. Red Elson, 1 for 19. And Laquan Treadful, 1 for 8 and a touchdown. Alright, folks, so go ahead and end there, and I will see you for Week 17, the final week of the regular season.